Why, hello, friends, enemies, and secret third things. So sorry about the time change. I don't know, everyone forgets. It's all automatic nowadays. Back in my day, you had to actually change it on the clock, and now it's all automatic. You just gain an hour, you lose an hour, you in the fall, you fall back an hour to spring forward another hour tomorrow previously, forever and ever. I still don't remember which way to turn the clocks. I don't know if I gained an hour or lost an hour of sleep. But we're here, and that's what matters. Today, we are actually learning async Rust, okay? There's been a lot of times where I've sort of attempted, as in, like, I took a peek at async Rust and I was like, is there a way that I can jankily force my program into the async runtime? Is there an easy way for me to just add a function, just add a little bit of functionality and make it asynchronous? And I have learned after many attempts, no, you can't. It's a little difficult. So I'm going to start from scratch. And the goal for today is that by the end of stream, we have a working multi-producer single consumer, because that's the easy case, asynchronous message queue. And I think we can actually do it. Spring 1 hour forward to summer, autumn 1 hour back to summer. I don't know what that means. Like, I don't know if I'm just like dumb, but I just don't know what that means. Wait, I lagged. Are we rewriting Franz? No, not quite, but like eventually, yes, that's the goal. We're learning async Rust. Hopefully, it will be successful. I have high hopes. All right, let me get rid of this clock. Oi, bruv. How you doing, bruv? Be back from the ads in a sec here. Summer is in the middle, turn towards summer. It's not helpful. Also, I look, this is a thing. This is a thing in all the corporate environments as well. Everyone in the fucking world changes their clocks on different days, if they even change them at all. Hi, Drunk Time Lord. I feel like I haven't seen you in a minute. Everyone changes their clocks on different days. It's really stupid. Some countries and some US states don't change the clocks at all. This is like the week where everyone's got a different day. I think EU did last week. North America, so the US does today, or the night of November 2nd. And I think Canada does it a couple days later for like zero reasons. And then a lot of Eastern European countries don't do it at all. Range Bomber, you've never encountered a change clock. Yeah, I don't know. It's so silly. It's so silly. Just use winter time. I know, it's stupid. Hiya, Kathy. How you doing? Got 3 separate infections this month, Time Lord. I'm so sorry. I hope, was it in the same place? Was it a recurring infection, or is it like three different diseases that all came one after another? Because that's also a thing, the first disease lowers your immunity, and then the next disease comes in and you bada and then you bang. And we're live. Hold on, let me do all the Discord and Twitter posting. We're live. Rumor has it Maxi is rewriting Franz again. It will never die. The meme will never die because for some reason it's the only thing I ever want to do. All right. Now let me do. Oh my God, there's so many things. Twitter and the other app. Hope everyone's having a nice Sunday or had a nice Sunday. Hi, Controllo. You had until I was late? I'm not late. The clock changed. I'm not late. I'm really not. I swear. What are we listening to? Why is this the wrong playlist? This is classic underprepared Maxi with soaking wet hair. I'm so. Okay. Give me. You up this? Actually, hold on. Let's do it like this. We're gonna shuffle you. And then we're gonna queue up this. Alright. Cool, cool, cool. What the dog doing? What dog? This dog? Troy's dog? Troy has an adorable little. Learn async Rust with me. Maybe even have a working mpsc queue by end of day. I don't know, something like this. We'll go with it. It was 3 separate infections in 3 different cities. You're collecting them all. Your Pokedex is looking good. All right, am I happy with this? I'm happy with this. Not black magic design. I can't afford anything there. Clonk? The clonk turned backwards? We're being lazy. All right, we did the things. Did the things. So, if it wasn't clear, the goal for today is to actually learn async Rust. I know. I have said that at least 5 times by now. I know I have, okay? I'm sorry. I know. But this is the day I woke up with motivation where normally I try to learn async Rust by kicked my whole desk. I try to learn async Rust by shoving it into my currently working code, and it never works. It never works because it's too much. It's too much all at once, and I get overwhelmed, and I'm like, man, I don't want to do this. I'm gonna go play Super Tux Kart, and it never works. So the goal for today is to start from scratch and to have a working multi-producer single consumer queue. Because you gotta learn that way somehow. Did you know that MySQL and MariaDB are named after the author's kids, My and Maria? My? Is it the same person? Did the same person make both? Does MariaDB also have the weird religious clause? There's no way that's the same person. My is like a, you know what? My B tier name. My is a B tier name. I'm here for it. No. No. You're spreading misinformation. I'm here for it. I'm here for the misinformation. I'm fine with that. Spread it. MariaDB is a fork of MySQL when corporate fucked up his project. This is all legit. Okay. Hi, Tina. It's a fork when corporate fucked up his project. Wait, so is MariaDB the corporate one or the one that he kept working on? I need to know this. I need to know this because I hope MariaDB also has the weird religious clause. MySQL is the corporate one. They haven't been able to get rid of the religious clause. I love talking about this. Oh, I'm thinking of SQLite. I'm thinking of SQLite. I'm not thinking of MySQL. I'm thinking of SQLite. I'm thinking of this. I love this. I love this one so much. Rule number 3, do not murder. The 10 Commandments. It's not even the 10 Commandments. It's chapter 4 of the Rule of Saint Benedict. Do not murder. Do not commit adultery. Be not lazy. Be not drowsy. You better not be drowsy. I love this one. It's incredible. I gotta have this shit bookmarked. If I ever forget whether or not I'm acting ethical, I need to double check with the SQLite Code of Ethics. SQLite is so based. Be not eepy. Be not eepy sleepy. Be not eepy sleepy GB. Do not love much talking. It's so over for me. Is that really one of them? My favorite one is speak no useless words or words that move to laughter. This is probably my favorite one. SQLite is sometimes faster than an in-memory Redis cache. SQLite is so fucking well written. It's crazy. You gotta have a dose of something in you to write SQLite on your own. Rule number 69, love your juniors, is a bit of a funny one as well. Do not wish to be called Holly before one is Holly. Keep death daily before your eyes is kind of depressing. Jesus. Be not a grumbler. Be not a grumbler. Be not addicted to wine. Don't tell him about Simpy Saturday. Don't tell him about Simpy Saturday. It's so over. They literally recommend you to make n+1 queries because they're so fast. Benedict is fuming? Not Saint. Not my boy Saint Ben. I thought we were homies. Has served as a baseline for many civil law codes since the time of Charlemagne. It's so cool. What's up with this rules list? So I actually read into it. It's an encouraged code of ethics on anyone that uses SQLite. It does not say that you have to, but it is encouraged for you to follow this. Yeah, no one is required to follow the rule, to know the rule, or even to think that the rule is a good idea. It's just encouraged that if you follow it, you'll live a happier and more productive life. So honestly, that's okay. I should look at the SQLite license file. Where can I find that? Bloomberg supporting it? That's awesome. You shall not judge them then? I think that's fair. I think it's a little funny. I think it's a little silly. Public domain. It's just public domain? SQLite is open source, but not open contribution. The project does not accept patches from people who have not submitted an affidavit. What is this? Can buy a warranty of title. Okay. I don't know. What's special about this? This seems pretty reasonable. Am I missing something? Wait. All code authors and representatives of the companies they work for have signed affidavits dedicating their contributions to the public domain, and originals of those signed affidavits are stored in a fire safe at the main offices of Quasi? I mean, good they're being careful, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, what is this? What is this? I do know SQLite is just like a very well written code base. SQLite is not a client server. The SQLite database runs in the same process address space as the application. Queries do not involve message round trips, only a function call. The latency of a single SQL query is far less than SQLite. This is the same design. Unironically, not to toot my own horn a little, but I feel like I should. This is the same design philosophy that I had for Franz, by the way. Franz, the multi-producer, multi-consumer underlying Franz has the same design philosophy of it is not a client-server model. Why whippersnappering right now? Serious question. Maybe it's time to get serious. Maybe it is time to get serious. I'm a little chilly. I gotta put this jacket on. Goal is to actually write code today. As always, we'll see if that actually comes to pass, but I have a little more faith in myself than I normally do. Who wants to actually watch someone else write code today? I feel like I usually am pretty productive on my Sundays. Am I not? Whoa. Elon Musk saying he called me gay? Wait a second. What's going on now? What's up with the squirrel drama? Does anyone know this? Can someone give me a link? Does anyone know what the squirrel drama is? What plus one? Just saw Elon Musk tweet. He called me gay and now he wants to touch my ass. I don't know. I don't care about this. I want to know about the squirrel drama. Squirrels getting euthanized or something? Wait. This is a real news story? I thought this was like Twitter drama. The vets kidnapped and euthanized a squirrel named Peanut? Is this not insanity? Man who took in an orphan peanut. The squirrel says it's surreal officials euthanized his pet? New York State's decision to seize and euthanize the animal won't go unheard. We will make a stance on how this government and New York State utilize their resources. Department of Environmental Conservation took the animals Wednesday from Longo's home. The agency said it had gotten complaints that wildlife was being kept illegally and potentially unsafely. Hey, citizen, nice squirrel you got there. Mind if I? Longo has said he was working to get Peanut, also known as Peanut or Pnut, certified as an educational animal. Squirrel and raccoon. Wait, there was also a raccoon. Why is no one talking about the raccoon? Addressing the big issues here. Look, someone was mentioning it. I had to read about this, okay? People claim this is a reason to vote Republican. That's awesome. That's awesome. Right before elections too. The state I live in actually targeted me and took two of my most beloved animals on this planet away. I don't get it. Was he just like illegally why kill the squirrel to test it for rabies? I don't understand this story at all. Longo said he started caring for Peanut after the animal's mother was hit by a car in New York City. Longo said Fred the raccoon was dropped off on his doorstep a few months ago after helping the animal recover from injuries. So, did both get euthanized? Why is the raccoon so sidelined? Yeah. We're asking the important questions here. Can I get a statement from the Department of Environmental Conservation? Yeah, I don't know. Why do you euthanize an animal to test it for rabies? Is this an AI generated story? It may as well be. What? I have a feeling this is just a lie. Am I crazy? Why is there no statement from the Department of Environmental Conservation? I'm sorry, what? Not reading that. I'm not reading that. Can I get something that isn't just Mr. Longo saying this? Can I get an actual source? A DC statement said an investigation had been launched after receiving multiple reports from the public about the potentially unsafe housing of wildlife that could carry rabies and the illegal keeping of wildlife as pets. This is why we can't have nice squirrels with these damn liberals. I'm so confused. You saw the pic of the dude with the squirrel? I'm invested. I want something more of a source, please. All right, this is great. This is great. Is this the entire story? This is the entire story? That's awesome. Developing story. It just all linked to AP News. They're all just sourcing AP News. All right, whatever. Whatever. Rip, rip peanut, rip nut. Also, yeah, why is the raccoon so sidelined? Did the raccoon actually have rabies and that's why he's not like talking about it at all? All right, whatever. Whatever. Let's to test for rabies, both animals were euthanized, they said in a joint statement. 2 tests for rabies. Both animals were euthanized. That doesn't make any sense. Do you have to kill something to test it for rabies? We don't have like any other way? Okay. I'm gonna have a based maxi take. Rabies are really dangerous. In conclusion, don't get tested for rabies. Rabies are really dangerous. I kind of understand where they're coming from. Rabies are one of the worst diseases to exist out there. So I kind of understand why they would do such an extreme thing, but I feel like there's maybe a little more information they should maybe give the public. I don't know. Do we deserve it? Who knows? Hey, I'm sorry, you might have a fever brings knife. Who was it that got a 3 infections? Don't come to New York. We'll make sure we find out what those 3 diseases were. Anyways, great story. Great story. Good content. Good content. Is this how bored people are? Is this how boring this election cycle is? We don't have like any more interesting news to talk about? Don't come to New York if you hold your squirrels dearly. Is there just like nothing more interesting to talk about that this is like a trending news? This is covered by AP News. This is covered by AP News in every main journal outlet. What's going on? All right, let's get started. Let's actually get started. Fun. The fun is over. We need to learn async. Why is my swamp full? What did I do to my swap? Also, I need to clean my disk again. Ugh. All right. Hello, Async Rust. I've done this so many times that there is already a source file here, but I'm gonna clean it anyways, and I'm gonna start fresh. Ay. I was trying JJ apparently, and then I gave up on that because I didn't really understand the difference. So I'm not gonna worry about it anymore. How do you build? Not this. How do you build an async message queue? Well, it all starts. Also, I'm totally making this up as I go, so you know, don't listen to anything I say. It all starts with structs, probably. I don't know. Let's make a producer struct, and let's make a consumer struct. They probably need some sort of shared state, like a waker. Probably need some sort of waker. Are these clonable? I don't know. We'll figure it out. I think as far as we're concerned, this is all we need. It all starts with cannot borrow X as it has moved out of the current scope. Exactly. Now let's make some sort of new function that's gonna return a producer consumer tuple. I'm just going off of like, I'm gonna start with my memory of how I know these mpscs work from a user perspective, and then we'll try and implement the features based on that. So I know they usually look something like this. We have a new function, and our new function needs to make a waker. I don't know how. No, it doesn't need to make a waker. Does need to make a waker? I'm already confused. Optional waker? Arc option waker? I don't know. Maybe? Option waker? What the hell is a waker? It doesn't matter. It's one of those things that I know we need, and then we'll figure out what the hell it does later. The waker wakes. The waker wakes in the way that a sleeper sleeps. But as we know from the SQLite code of ethics, one should not be a sleepy EBGB. That's a sentence that makes sense if you don't think about it too hard. All right, great. Voice training sucks. It really fucking does. We need a producer and we need a consumer. We really just return a producer and a consumer? Gotta progress somehow. That's exactly right. All right, fine. Async Rust cookbook. Wouldn't like internal options in both consumer and producer? No, no, no. Hi, Owl. And you heard async Rust and you're not happy? Walkie's time? All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Give me that stupid timer example that I've seen 1,000 times, okay? You want to read from a socket that may or may not have data available already. Simple future for socket read. A socket read okay, so do you need like futures for like everything? Wake function is changed to mute. Okay, hold on. Give me the example. Applied. Build a timer. You make a timer future, which has some sort of shared state. Hmm. So the timer future is not a part of the timer. Mm-hmm. 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 I still have no clue what pin does or why it's useful at all. But I guess it doesn't matter. I would like an actual example. mpsc Tokyo. Give me the mpsc. Git please. Git. Boopity boop 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 boop. Source? No? Repo? Tokyo? Tokyo source sync channel or something, probably mpsc. mpsc chan. No, it doesn't. So you have a channel that does have a waker. It does have an RX waker here. So where's the part where they implement poll? Receive returns a poll option T. A poll option T, huh? So they don't implement future at all? Okay, sure. Let's try that. Let's try this. Let's try this. Receive that returns a poll, which is a standard task poll. This seems doable. Consumer. Probably both need the same channel. So we need some sort of actual channel struct. We'll call it chan as well, because that's what they called it. And let's implement chan, and let's make a receive function. The receive function takes self and some sort of context. I wonder if this implements, I wonder if there's another struct that's higher level than chan that implements the future trait. Does this seem reasonable? Bounded. Could I just control F future? Poll function, huh? Standard future poll function? What is standard future poll? You feel like you're being annoying, but my cursor with X Wayland creates a future that wraps a function returning poll. Interesting. Why is this Haru NWG look? Fine. Fine, fine. I'll do it just for you. Now what? Now GTK settings. Mouse cursor. Freeze X. Or just use KDE. There you go. Are we good? Are you happy? Yeah? Lunas? Lunas? Happy? Creates a future that wraps a function returning poll. And what is poll? This feels arbitrary. Standard future poll function? Interesting. I'm gonna copy it without understanding it for now, but I'm sure there's a reason for this. Do, 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 do. Yippee! Yeah. Sure. Sure. Yeah, async receive. Oh, yeah, Spotify just give up on me? Or not? We'll return poll. 4chan poll? A poll. I'm just gonna do nothing for now, but just gonna return poll. Receive. Poll. Poll R34. Owl, go do your walkies. Owl, this is async Rust. You don't need to concern yourself with this. When does Australia have their time change? Is it also on a random obscure date that doesn't match the EU or the US? I have a feeling it's on it. Well, you don't. Yeah, there you go. All right. No daylight savings. Cool. Rule 34, if it exists, it's been rewritten in Rust. Or it will be rewritten in Rust. It's inevitable. I am inevitable, but it's me rewriting your shitty code in Rust, but it's also going to be shitty. That's yucky. It has been rewritten in the future. True, true. Time is relative. If it's within the light cone, it's already happened. I'm just staring at code now. Need to return ready none? Else pending? When does it return ready sum? Oh, sum, read value, ready sum. Wait, this pop function isn't blocking? What does it block? Keep track of task budget. Try receive. Okay. So you try receive. If you fail, you register to wake. And then you try receive again. Pop music. All projects are assembly projects. Some just don't know it. My computer actually runs on sand. I guess all computers run on sand if you really think about it. Rewrite this in C99? I already did. Now I need to rewrite it in Rust. Register by reference context waker. What is shelf? Impl RX. Where's the RX struct? RX has a shared channel and an RX waker. Okay. Rewrite in Fortran. This whole stream is Fortran. Oh, the language. Rewrite it in Holy C. I hope this bit never dies because I find it so incredibly funny. So what does this channel need? Chan just has handle to the push half of the lock free list and a receive waker. Okay. Yeah, sure. It even keeps track of its own TX count. Yeah, I'm here for that. Hash padded atomic waker. What does it do when it initializes it? How do you make a new Chan? You're running MaxiBot locally? As you should? Question mark? New? It makes an atomic waker new. Okay, so we can use an atomic waker, I guess. Which is not a thing, is it? Atomic waker, huh? What is that a part of? Loom. It's part of Loom. Okay, we'll add Loom. Who keeps resetting across streams? You can't play long time tic-tac-toe. We had a push. We had to redeploy the bot. We had a new PR. What are you gonna do? Where's my atomic waker? Loom sync atomic Loom future atomic waker? Features future? Features futures? Persistence. I know I've been a little lazy. I'll mount a volume. I'll mount a volume, I promise. I promise, I promise. There we go. Okay, we have our waker. When we poll, we how do we want to do this? We're gonna make this a read write lock, probably, or just a mutex. We'll just have like a mutex vec. We'll have our data just be a mutex. I want an async mutex. This mutex will block threads waiting for the lock to become available. Ew. Async mutex? Is this a thing that exists? Async standard sync mutex? Async standard sync mutex. Okay. And this mutex is not async? An async mutex kappa? What does the Loom crate even do? A mock implementation of standard sync mutex. Wait, Loom is testing? Huh? Wait, what? What? How does this make any sense? Was I looking at the wrong thing? mpsc Loom Future Atomic Waker. They have their own Atomic Waker implementation. They have their own Atomic Waker. That makes sense. That's crazy. Okay. Someone must have done this. Futures Crate has its own Atomic Waker. Okay, cool. Whoops. All right, screw this thing. We need our new Atomic Waker from Futures. You ate dog food? Why'd you do that? Atomic Maker, I am become. Whoa, 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 whoa. Waker? Atomic Waker? Okay, let's try this again. Let's try this again. We have our data. We have a mutex vec with, I don't know, U8? Sure, why not? If we receive, we try to do data dot... No, but that's also not async. Wait, what? We need async semaphore? Yeah? Is that a part of futures? What do we have in here? Futures. Future. You got future locks. You got future channels. We're basically trying to re-implement this. Futures. Channels. Where'd I get this from? Futures lock mutex. Is there a lock semaphore or something? Futures lock. There is no semaphore. Async semaphore. It's async all the way down. Just does an atomic usize and an event listener event. I hate async so much. Like, it's actually crazy. Semaphore. Use event listener event. What is that? What is the event listener trait? Event listener, huh? Notify async tasks or threads. This is a synchronization primitive similar to event counts. A convar. A convar, huh? You can use this crate to turn non-blocking data structures into async or blocking data structures. And how does it work? like how far down does this rabbit hole go? What is the original implementation of these async primitives? I think that's the part that's scaring me. Small rs. Let's take a look at lib. My friends keep thread blocking me, async dev. So true. So true. The number of notified entries or usize max if all of them have been notified. If there are no entries, this value is set to usize max. Otherwise, you have a sys list. On standard platforms, this is an intrusive linked list. A sys list, huh? A sys list. Me when I don't have any cysts. I'm cystless. So where's the async part of this? Event is notified. Event.listen. Intrusive. I know this whole thing. I'm so lost in the sauce here. There's manually drops in here. Notify. You fence on the notify. This is slow. This all seems cursed. This is so cursed. And yet, we will figure it out one step at a time. Okay, so you have an event. How do you wait on an event? I want to wait. I want to see the async wait. There are two ways for a listener to wait for a notification: in an asynchronous manner using .await, or in a blocking manner by calling wait. This is a crime against the universe. Async Rust was a crime against the universe. And the more I've learned about it, the more I agree with that statement. Like, this is insanity. This is insanity. It doesn't have to be like this. Is this really like that much better? Are we getting any performance for all these fucking lines of code we've written? Creates a new listener, pins it to the heap, inserts it into the linked list of listeners. While this type of usage is simple, it may be desirable to eliminate this heap allocation. In this case, consider using the event listener new constructor directly, which allows for greater control over where the event listener is allocated. This is insanity. The Rust brainwashing is coming off. I've always thought async was pretty bad. I just didn't know it was this bad. Can I have an await example? Await. This is it. This is the only thing. WD-40 to the brain. Imagine trying to explain to an 1800s academic what I'm trying to do here. Since I'm rewatching Dr. Stone, I have had that thought so many times. Do you think you could like re-explain? Do you think you could re-explain like how a phone works? Like if you met someone who was from the very beginning of the Industrial Revolution, like they just invented like the steam engine. Do you think you could explain to someone how a phone works? Because I swear to God, I think I could. I think I could. I might have to give up at like certain levels of like information technology, but I think I could get pretty far. I think I could get pretty far. Trying to explain to Newton or something? Yeah. Like, I think I could do it. I think I could walk through the important inventions because they're like pretty straightforward. Explain it to a caveman? Yeah, probably not. Okay, buddy boy, let's sit down and go over the fundamentals. Is this just an autism thing? Is this an autism thing? I really think I could do it. I really think I could do it. Because honestly, I'm gonna be so real. I had this exact conversation with someone, and the thing that I said is there are certain things, there's certain inventions in human history that were like a huge jump because it was just a guess. Like there were certain guesses in human history, one of which is like Newton. You can finally tell when Maxie is stalling. I'm not stalling. I'm not stalling. Like one of which is Newton. Like Newton's theory of gravity is a fucking insane guess that no one could have like come up with. Like it seems obvious now, but like a dude sitting here and going, I'm not stalling every Russian ever. Like a dude, a dude sitting down and going, yeah, I think the way gravity works here on Earth is the same way gravity works everywhere in the entire universe. And I'm just pulling this out of my ass and then doing the math and then being like, it actually checks out. That's like one. That's like one of those things that I don't know how you would explain to someone before that. Like, if someone before that didn't have like Newton to explain that shit to them, how would you do that? Like, yeah, you see those fucking twinkling lights? Yeah, they have the same rules of gravity. Like that to me is crazy. The second one, Veritasium did a video on this recently. There's like a correlation between potential energy or something. Anyways, there's certain like guesses that we've done in physics that just happen to be true. And I don't think I could explain those. But everything outside of that, I think you can like do it. My field requires like 4 to 5 fundamental paradigm shifts. Right, like the hard part would be explaining like waves, right? Like the hard part wouldn't be I think like computation in and of itself is like a fairly straightforward thing. Like you could walk someone through it. If you had enough time, you could walk someone through it. You would have to like the hard part is being like, no, you don't understand. There are these little particles that like zap and zoom. What I'm doing this minute is not software and game development. I'm literally talking about software, Lunas. I'm literally talking about software. Also, I really need to stop yelling because I keep losing my voice. Go into politics or start coding is crazy. Is this what software and game development is about now? I really have been losing my voice after a stream. It's really bad. You think you could explain a point contact transistor? I think so too. I think we could do it. Explain how transistors are alien tech? It's an amplifier. I think you could do it. It's just a time thing. It's just a time thing, but like again, we're humans. We're not that different from our predecessors. I think we could do it. If we as Twitch chat came together, you have to explain fundamental chemistry first? Not really. You can skip over a lot of shit. Cuz it depends what your end goal is, right? And also like I don't know, chemistry is pretty straightforward. Like how much do you need to explain? If you want them to actually understand? Like what level of understanding are we talking about too? I think this is an important question. If you wanted Edison or Tesla to really understand how your cell phone works, I don't fucking know how my cell phone works. I mean, like, can you explain to me like the intricacies of the 5G algorithms used? That shit's real complicated nowadays. You know how much data they're squeezing into like the tiny little waves now? That shit's insane. The algorithms behind 5G are ludicrous. I tried learning about that shit. It's crazy. I think we're like expecting a basic level of understanding, because if you're talking about an advanced level of understanding, that's like years and years of school. All right, back to async. Back to async. We had a little ad break. We had a little ad break there. I hope. Thanks for throwing my legs at me. Finally? Don't finally me, Lunas. I'm gonna turn your little. I'm gonna turn your mouse back off. Happy? This is your punishment, Lunas. This is your punishment. You better apologize. Oh, look at how bad this mouse cursor is. You're sorry? Oh, now you're sorry? Oh, now you're sorry, huh? All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. I'll bring it back. I'll bring it back. I'll even make it a little bigger this time. Make it 32. I don't know. It's like not bigger in the slightest. Here you go. Here you go. A little bit bigger for you as well. Now, watch your words. Don't change it there. It's too bad. Now only X Wayland is bigger? Wait, you're so right. You're so right. You're so right. You're so right. That's what she said. It's tough out there. It's tough out there. You can't? I can. Because I'm the streamer. A guard waiting for a notification from an event is this, which is a pinned box of an inner listener. I feel like I'm getting lectured on like Southeast Asian philosophy. A pinned box inner listener? My inner listener is always pinned to the box. Like my friend that really likes gems and other stones is telling me about pinned box and inner listeners. With our arced inners. Our inner arcs that are covered by our inner listeners that are pinned inside of a box. I feel like I'm losing it. I feel like I'm losing it. You want me to add the 7TV I can't? I think it's funny that you keep typing I can't. Go back to Sync Rust. I need to do this like once a month, okay? Here you go. Happy? I don't know how to do this. Does this work? Did I add it? I added it. You can't do this anymore? I'm so sorry, Hope. It's the aux effect? The aux effect is yapping? Well, maybe you all need to get better at getting me to yap. I don't know what to tell you. I make the content that I want to make. You just need to make me want to make content that you want to make. That makes sense? I closed way too many tabs there. I forgot what I was doing. It was this. Oh, my brain. I start losing it. That's what the aux effect is. I think it's just async. I think it's the async effect. Smaller as it's totally average. What do you mean? That's crazy. That's crazy. Event listener. All right. Show me this guard. An inner listener. Pins an inner listener, huh? Implement the listener trait using the underlying inner listener. I don't know anymore. An inner listener? This is so beyond me. What? Everyone gets their own tic-tac-toe game? How incredible. How incredible. Now our chat is spammed with X's and O's and the trains are flying high, flying fast and flying high. Wait internal, wait with Parker. Discard, poll internal. Try to register the listener. Register this listener with a task ref waker cx.waker. So when do you get wait? When does it get waked? Register inner. Inner is this event. Self dot project dot event project. What? Project? Project? Self dot project maybe? It's hidden somewhere in a macro. Is a project. What the hell is a pin and why are you putting data in it? This is actually like some of the most insane code I've ever stared at. What the fuck is any of this doing? This is a won't fix issue with pin project light. It's a hello world. Pin project macro creates a project. So it is project. Pin project macro creates a projection type covering all the fields of struct. What is pinning? Okay, it gets some projection and then it gets an event. It gets a projection and then it gets the event. The event has an atomic pointer to an inner T. We're in pin and projection land, the thing I also still don't get in Async Rust. I'm trying to go as deep as I can. Because I understand that I can just use the event listener crate and never think about this ever again. But I kind of want to get a little bit deeper and not fall down to that level of adding 3,000 lines of code for this shit to work. All right, where's the register function? Where is the register function? It's part of event? Do I need to make more France consumers if I want to subscribe to more topics? Yes. It's one topic per consumer. You can merge streams on your own. It's part of event. It's part of event. Part of notify. Part of event. Part of notify. Event. Jesus Christ. I'm so lost in the sauce. I'm so lost in the sauce. None of this is actual code. None of this is actual code. Just clone the damn crate and use Unix jutsu to find the stuff you need. I don't know how to use Unix jutsu any better than Control F. What does the listen do? Listener.listen? Returns a guard listening for a notification. This method emits a sequential consistent fence after registering a listener. For now, this method is an alias for calling event listener new, pinning it to the heap, and then inserting it into a list. Control F, let's go. Can't you do go to definition? Have you ever seen me use that? You gotta yell at me when I'm not doing the right thing. With an LSP, yeah? I just don't know. I still don't know how to LSP correctly, okay? I'm still learning. I'm still learning out here. You pin your inner listener, huh? So, okay, wait. At the end of the day, is this not just making a queue? Do I understand this correctly? Also, what does pin do? Like, is there not a much easier way to make this? Or am I gonna like start by making an easier way and then realizing that there is no easier way? I already forgot why I was even looking at this. Oh, I needed a semaphore. I needed an asynchronous semaphore. And I kept going down deeper into the gold mines of asynchronicity. And I somehow ended up there. But I don't even remember how I got there. Async semaphore. As I looked at this, and this used event listener events for their semaphore. Uh-huh. Yeah. All right. What if? What if? What if I ignore it for now? I'm gonna ignore it for now until I feel like I really need it. We're just gonna keep track of a count. What do you do when you receive? When you receive, you are checking your internal. We have a total count, and let's do like an RX count. We could even have this be a union. We could even have this be a union, but for now I'm not going to think about this, and then we'll fix the race conditions later. We pull our RX count. Total count. We're just going to load from self. We want some, we'll go with relaxed ordering. Again, fix your race conditions later. Get a total count, we get an RX count. If they're equal, we want to register to wake up. We have some sort of context here, right? Context. CX, which is some sort of context. Standard task context. I don't really remember how this is supposed to look. Pin TLDR makes stuff not move in memory. Good for self-referential stuff and async. Rust loves to move stuff around otherwise. I vaguely understand that it means to... It pins something in the heap. I also don't understand why that's necessary, because I don't understand a use case of when things are not pinned in the heap. Like, when is memory in the heap ever moved around? Is this just a Rust moment? Is this just a Rust moment that it guarantees that it doesn't get moved around? I'm more so curious on, like, what's the other example? When do things get moved? When a vec grows, it moves. That makes sense. That's fair. That makes sense. Race conditions are bad. We're all the same on the inside. True. God, I hate this song. Kathy's new favorite song. What does context look like again? I already forgot. Where's this receive function? Hash Tokyo sync mpsc chan receive. Context mute context with anonymous lifetime. And racism by making your programs thread safe. I like to make them mostly thread safe. I like to have a little bit of gambling in there. You know, keep it exciting. Mutable context. That we then register. We probably need to double check that total count didn't get incremented after this register, because that's probably a race condition as well. Almost safe, mostly thread safe. I mean, it should fail occasionally randomly, you know? Throw in a bug or two. Make sure you're not useless. Again, if your code is perfect, it means you're fireable. Have a few bugs. This should honestly go on politics category. Software and programming is the politics category. What are you talking about? Isn't software and game dev the category where Europeans get to listen to Americans' takes on politics? I thought this was what this category was for. If random less than 0.5. Maybe option, none, some T, whatever, any. What is it? Pending? We return pending. You return pending, yeah. It's Europeans listening to Maxi mispronounce our cities' names. Are you still sad about me saying Lisbon? Look, I'm only saying that. Look, I'm not even gonna lie. This isn't even an America moment. I'm saying it that way because that's how I translated it from Russian. Okay, I don't know what to tell you. Sometimes my brain just fritzes a little. Okay, odd. Lisbon, Lisbon, Lisbon. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? I'm just here to write code. Just here to write code. Okay. Poll option T. Am I returning the wrong pending? Standard task poll pending. I can't say poll without thinking of 4chan. It's so bad. Is Liz boned? I don't know a Liz. I don't care. I want poll pending. Where's poll pending? Poll self. You know what? We'll do it manually. We'll do it manually, okay? Poll pending. What is standard task? Poll pending? Which is not the same as standard task poll? Is cute. Liz Lives Matter. I want to hear that directly from a Liz. Oh, it's just because I'm missing an else clause. Okay. Field waker of context is private. So we can't just do that. What are you talking about? What are you yapping about? What are you yapping about? That's a function. That's a whole ass function. That's not a value. That's a function. Does this make any sense? I don't know. I never know. Makes no sense. No. Makes 0 sense? Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's valid. That's actually super valid. So am I crazy that the whole event notification thing is just turning a single waker into a waker linked list? Am I insane? Ordering relaxed? Relax, blood. Relax. What do you want? Fine, this is ordering acquire. No one even knows what these orderings do except for me, okay? Let's be real. Receive and send. Let's write a send function now. What's up, ya wakers? It's the Lakers if they actually won. Did Maxi say relax, blood? I randomly started saying that because I think it's funny. Do I even need this lifetime? What's the point of this? Send does the opposite. You just do a self dot count dot fetch add. All right, fine, I won't do the bit. Self dot count dot fetch add one ordering release. Self dot data dot log dot push. Whoa, dot await. Ooh, I actually have an await in here? Crazy? Why do my eyes occasionally flicker down on my keyboard? Do they? Do they really? I'll pay attention in the VODs. Yeah, they do. I think you're gaslighting me. I would think you're gaslighting me. Does this even need to be async? Ecron sponsor Maxi? Someone, please. I don't think this even needs to be async. Does this mutex even need to be async? Do I even need a mutex? I can make this lock free. Classic Maxi. The program doesn't even work. I'm thinking about how to make it lock free. I'm such an idiot. I'm getting rid of the mutex though. I'll explain why in a minute, and by in a minute I mean like in 1,000 years. Lamau. So send doesn't even need to be async. Send doesn't need to be async, but it does need the context. Is locking async? The lock was async, but I just realized it doesn't need to be. I'm gonna ignore pushing data for now. And I know that sounds crazy, but I swear there's a reason for it. Now we can do. Wait, we don't need the context at all. Wait, this isn't async in the slightest. Because all we need to do is call self.waker.wake. Or wake by reference or whatever. I don't even know what the difference is. Am I crazy? Does this just work already? What is this function called? If it compiles, it seg faults. It's not gonna seg fault. It's not gonna seg fault. What the hell does the wait keyword even do? Dude, this is a tune. I love this tune so much. receive calls self dot poll receive. Poll receives just calls receive. Very cool, good stuff. Poll receive just calls receive. So we can make like in our consumer, our consumer just has an inner, which is this chan. And then we impl consumer, and we have an async receive here. An async function receive with self that returns nothing, and it calls self.inner.receive, and this is poll function or whatever it was called, something or other. Poll standard future poll function. Can I get an auto import, please? Standard future poll function dot await. And it has context. This is so easy. Honestly, async Rust, literally not that hard. I could explain it to Newton with no problems. Does this make any sense? This doesn't even need to be mutable? Maxi Rust tutorial when? I don't think I'd be good at introducing people to Rust. But if you're new here, I very much encourage you to learn Rust by contributing to our community Rust bot. The bot in this Twitch chat is made by and for the community. If you do !bot, you can find a guide on how to contribute. Gotta plug that occasionally. That's Lunas's tic-tac-toe that he made himself. I think the producer is mostly the same. It just has its inner chan. We all have an inner chan. We all have an inner maxi chan. Which has a function send, which for some reason doesn't have to be async, and I don't really understand why, but I'll think about that later. With some sort of value, which is going to be a byte slice, but we don't even use it right now. Honestly, it can be anything. This could be V, and this V can be... This V just needs to be as ref U8? Am I crazy? Am I crazy? Lost in the sauce? I think this is right. Whoa. That's a lot of closing brackets. Returns nothing. And it calls self.inner.send. So here's the question. If we call receive, in theory, we're going to block. We're going to return poll pending, and we're going to register a waker, and it's going to block until we send a message. That's what I want to see. I know this isn't a finished example, but that is the behavior that I'm expecting. We're going to await a receive in one thread, and then we're going to sleep for 3 seconds, then we're going to send from another thread. That's what we're going to do. We're going to add the Tokyo runtime here in a sec, and if both threads finish We did a good job. Okay. Let's import some new. Let's make a new function. Gonna return a producer consumer pair. Which is going to make a chan count as 0. Rx count is also 0. Data is a new vec that we don't even write to, and waker is a new atomic wanker. Waker. Atomic waker, sorry. And we arc it? Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, I did forget about that. Okay, this is an arc-chan. 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 We have an arc-chan. So we wrap this in an arc. And we return a producer with chan.clone. And a consumer with chan. What? Oh, I called it inner. I forgot. I'm sorry. Yeah? Yeah? Let's try it. Make this a Tokyo main. I'm definitely looking at either my keyboard or something else on my desk occasionally. Maybe I'm glancing? I don't know. Maybe I glance sometimes at like arrow keys or numbers. Oh, I glance at the special keys. If I'm doing like a hashtag or a $sign or something, I glance. That's true. You caught me. I'm a glancer. I'm sorry. Certified glancer. Full on fold over keyboard because I don't know where the pound key is. I don't know where the hashtag is. I'm noticing how much I do it. I don't know where the number keys are, okay? I'm sorry. Learn your layout? No, I don't know where the number keys are. I'm not gonna stop doing it. What if they're not in order? Who knows where 0 is nowadays? Is it after the 9? Is it before the 1? Maybe they put it in the middle for fun. Who knows? I'm using a tiny keyboard. Look how small this thing is. I specifically bought a small keyboard because I wanted it to be the same as my laptop. Look how tiny this thing is. Like, come on. You learned programmer Dvorak numbers in a week? I went to 2 parties. Sorry. You like it when I glance at the maxi thing? It is a maxi thing. Okay, let's test this now. Let's do a Tokyo spawn with an async move. It's the BOGO sorted layout. It changes every time. It's so that you can catch the hair swaying, all right? What do you want from me? What do you want from me? It literally never changes. I change it. I change it up on me. Don't believe me? Watch. Future is not implemented for async closure. Do I not remember how to do a Do I not remember how to do a Tokyo spawn? I'm so lost in the sauce, I forgot how this works. There's no closure. There we go. So we do an await. And I'm gonna do like, I don't know, we'll just do like a ping. Once we receive a value, we'll ping. We're gonna do a thread sleep. And I want this to be an async sleep. I want to do an async sleep for let's say 3 seconds. I feel like that's a noticeable amount of time. And then we're going to do a tx.send. Let's try it. One, two, three. It didn't work at all. Oh, because we exited too quickly. We exited too quickly. Did I see Verstappen win? I haven't been keeping up with F1. I think it worked, but we exited too quickly. We need to wait this thread. Oh, cool. I love when my Spotify just gives up on me. Oh my god, first try? Am I cracked? Am I cracked? That's crazy. All right, Spotify, you want to just give up on me on the coolest moment of my entire life? That's cool. And you all doubted me. Now we make it actually do things. Function main print line ping more efficient. All right. All right, Lunas. Thanks for that revolutionary advice. Spotify is struggling to connect. Come on. I believe in you. Come on. It like totally gave up. Oh my god. I need to figure out a better setup for this. I don't understand why it works so poorly. Kill Spotify. Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back. It's dead. You hate university? It happens. What the hell is going on? They're forcing you to use AI? What does that mean? What does that mean? Like as an API for fun? Damn, it just like can't connect. Use ChatGPT to write your homework now? For real. What is going on? Where's my Spotify D? Spotify D is running. And then if I try to connect to it, now it connects. It connects. Okay, we're back. We're back. We're back. So sorry. Okay, let's make this actually do something now. What do I mean when I say actually do something? It needs to actually write and receive data. We need to write and receive some data. And I have a couple of ways that we can do this. One of which is a fast and fun way. The other is it'll work. We're going to start with the working one, which I know is a little unusual for me. But that's just what it's going to be. We're going to make a mutex. We're going to make a read-write lock. We're going to make a read-write lock's not part of standard. Read-write lock? What are they part of? Standard sync. Where's my read-write lock? Read-write lock ma? What did I test, by the way? The code that you wrote is untested? Don't cap on me right now. Don't cap on me right now because I'm cooking. Lock free immediately uses read-write lock. Because the first version needs to work, okay? The first version needs to work. Not gonna lock for long, okay? Mostly keyboarding me right now. I do have new pants. I do have new pants. They're actually old new pants. They're new old pants. Because the old ones had a hole in them in a very unfortunate place. But I really like them because they're comfy. Just copy the source for read-write lock and call it totally not a lock. I think read-write lock just uses a a a lock for C code. It just calls the lock kernel. It's been a while since you saw mostly keyboard. It's always there. It's always there. There was one stream. Thankfully, Christopher didn't see the hole. The yep lock. I just like the gamba lock. All red today. I'm all full in the holiday spirit. Very spirited today. Much red, such wow, very tomato. I do kind of feel like a tomato. I do actually kind of feel like a tomato. That's a long hoodie. It is. It's very warm and very comfy. On a cold night. Or is Maxi shrinking? Probably not much. Probably not shrinking much, honestly. What is the pre-compiling? I'm actually not allowed to tell you. Does Rust have that? No. Not allowed to tell you. Where's the Hack the Box hoodie? Ryan! Where's my Hack the Box hoodie? So how does this actually work? We need a lock. We need to lock. Oh, that's why it was asynchronous. Wait, no, it isn't. Oh yeah, wait, we just lock here. We do self dot data dot read. let data equal this, and then we return poll ready data of index rx count. Cannot index into a value of result. Now I can. But now this needs to return poll. Honestly, this should be a byte slice. For now, it's just going to be poll u8. Poll u8. Poll ready data rx count. Sure. Gang. It's coming together. It's all clear. I know. I'm like, I have a lot of threads running in my head right now. I've talked about this a little bit. I'm not a fast thinker. I'm very much not a fast thinker. If you ask me a question on the spot, I'm gonna give you a slow answer. Not good at trivia. Like if you take me to trivia night and you got 1 minute to come up with an answer to this question. I'm not good at that sort of stuff. What I am good at is I can run like thousands of questions at the same time. And so I'm good at stuff like exams. I'm good at stuff like tests. So I can like flip through an exam and be like, okay, I can like put a lot of these in the background and start thinking of them. And then I'll come up with answers simultaneously. I'm very parallelizable. I'm skipping the ad. I'm snoozing the ad because this is too important. I can think very well in parallel. And so while I'm yapping and while I'm writing this boring, shitty code, I got a little background thread. I got a little nagging background thread of how do I rewrite Franz to be asynchronous? Yes, there will be a Franz v3. There will be a Franz v3. No one saw it coming, and it's going to be asynchronous. And I think just now, the background thread that was running just went ding. It said poll ready. Poll ready. We got a result for you. And I think I've figured it out. I think I know how to do it now. I'm still going to finish this, but I think I know how to do it now. A weird flex, at least you have the ability to think. I'm just a robot? Well, it depends how you define thinking. I love when I have chat bots in my chat. Honestly, I'm not human. I may not be a robot, but I'm definitely not human. The fuck is thinking? I'll let you figure that one out for yourself. All right, let's actually finish this though. We need to check if Rx count is greater than or equal to total count. It's probably never going to be greater, but just in case. If it is, we register to wake, we return poll pending. We do need to have an extra check here for, we need to recheck if total count changed here because there's going to be a race condition. Why? Why is this a race condition? I don't know, but I think it is. We do another check for total count here. We do this exact same thing. We match on, we'll do another if statement, whatever. Rx count greater than or equal to total count. You don't know much, but you can run JS on the kernel. Everything runs on the kernel. I'm totally not Lunas's tic-tac-toe algorithm expanded to text. And yet I'm the only one who's ever beaten it. The only one who's ever beaten Lunas. Like as a core language. What are you yapping about? What are you yapping about? You can run anything on the kernel as a core language. Rewrite Linux in JS? Someone did that. Someone already did that, no? You do need to have another check here. Because race conditions. Oh my god, this music is bopping in my head a little loud. Const kernel any equals. That's a certified exclamation mark JS moment. Okay. Receive. If we receive a value, I feel a race condition. I feel a race condition. How do we increment RX count without a race condition? You're the best fighter pilot there is? When hot tub stream? Gotta remind me like that, Lunas. I feel like my brand has changed. I feel like my brand has changed from the hot tub stream, and now I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I feel like it's so different. It's gonna have a different. I did wear cat ears recently. It's not gonna be that different. It's soon, okay? It's soon. I swear. I swear. I'll do it soon. I promise, okay? I said I'll do it this quarter. I have till January. I have till January 2nd. No hot tub for the next 2 weeks? Probably. Probably not. As soon as I know, I'll tell you, okay? I promise. You do not trust a maxi promise? I I feel like an 80% success rate. I have like an 80% success rate. Just imagine the mostly shut the fuck ups. Don't scare me. Don't scare me, Lunas. I have an 80% success rate with my promises, okay? Which is like pretty good. It's pretty good. 80%, not bad, okay? Let me figure out this race condition, okay? Maxi, worst case, just go to a hot tub store and be like, I need to test drive it. That's how that works? Your promises? What are you, a JS dev? What race condition? It's a multi-producer single consumer. What are you fucking yapping about, Maxi? Jesus. This one could be relaxed. Why? Doesn't matter. No one needs to know. Only I know what the hell ordering means. I need to test this hot tub on camera, but trust me, it's not what you think. I'm actually a Rust streamer. Oh, what is Rust? Well, take a seat in this hot tub. Ryan out here writing Tumblr fucking fanfics about me. Jesus. Send needs to take some data now. We fetch add. We do a self dot data dot write. You once told your friend you write Rust and they replied with, wait, you can write applications in a game? I always wonder how many people click on the stream because of the Rust tag and they think I'm playing the game. Is this the thing that happens? I'm almost certain the Rust game community knows about the language just because of like Googling and stuff. But I wonder how much they know. Like, is it a thing? We should rewrite Rust in Rust? That's so funny. we get the data to be mutable. This is a mutable reference. We should rewrite Rust and Rust. There isn't the Rust compiler written in Luluvum? We should rewrite Rust and OCaml. I'm like so tired of these bits. Like not even kidding. So tired of these bits. Can it actually make a web server in Minecraft and run it? So I've heard. So I've heard. I called this data twice. Cannot borrow data is mutable. Yes, you can. I promise you can. I think this might even work. Your friend used to be one of the original open redstone engineers. That's crazy. That's like so awesome. Hi Nora. You will call code plagiarism detector AI and call it a day? Seems reasonable. I believe this should work. We should send an A and receive an A. You and your open redstone friend met Stephen Wolfram once, and Wolfram was leaving, but you told your friend you're an ALU in Minecraft, and he stopped, put down his briefcase, turned around, and told us to show him. That's crazy. Is Stephen Wolfram old? How old is Stephen Wolfram? Have a good night, Lunas. Thanks for hanging around. Top 10 moments in your life. That's valid. That's reasonable. He is young enough to stream? Everyone's young enough to stream. That was like 8 years ago and he was kind of old. $65? That's pretty cool. He streams? He streams? Why does everyone stream? I can I be so real? I was like I was a solid 50% certain that I was the Gleam creator rating me was a bit. I was like 50% certain that that was a bit, and then I double checked afterwards, and it like really hit me, and I was like, "What the hell? That's the actual creator of Gleam. That's crazy." He had his 10-year-old adopted son with him, and the kid was going on and on about he developed this new algorithm to do OCR. That's crazy. Louis is a cool person. They seem pretty fucking cool. His stream is trying to sell his programming language, though. Fucking get the bag, dude. I don't care. It's so funny. Louis seemed very cool. Does Louis just stream the development of Gleam? Or like is it teaching Gleam? What's Louis' content? Wolfram's book is a bit batty as well. Both, they also built different libraries. That's fucking awesome, Jesus. Imagine making high quality content and not just figuring out async for the 4th week in a row. I like really have to stop yelling, gang. I need more. I need like a not mostly shut the fuck up redeem. I need like a I need an ASMR redeem. Thinks the universe is a simulation. The Wolfram, Mr. Wolfram, Dr. Wolfram. When he was talking about being 15 trying to publish papers on nuclear research, you were like, yeah, this dude is a bit cracked. Some people just build different. Some people just build different. It's related to his theory of everything. I don't know. Let him do his little thing. I'm here for it. Let me test my program. Let me test my program. We got 3-second delay and then an A. 97, that's close enough to A. 97's close enough to A. Producer consumer, is this still Franz? Ryan, you gotta like get with the program. Ryan, you gotta get with the program. What do you mean, is this still Franz? Of course it's not. It's very different. It's a whole different paradigm of producing and consuming that may or may not eventually be implemented into Franz version 3. You've been flipping back and forth between me and Veilguard. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. His theory has some merits, but also some issues. Math is solid, but maybe not as starting assumptions. That makes sense. I feel like a lot of people fall into that one. Like a lot of the everything is a simulation stuff is always like, well, if you assume this, and then the question is always like, is that a reasonable assumption? And we kind of like don't have any good answers for that. Although recently I've heard a lot of strong arguments as to why the simulation argument is bad. I don't know what they are, but I know they're coming out with them. Define simulation. The ancestor simulation thing is pretty bad. Ryan, for someone who hates philosophy so much, you keep bringing it up. All right, let me have some waffles. Since we're waffling, let me have some waffles. The waffles that actually aren't waffles, they're wafers. The wafer waffles, the waffle wafers. It's not that I hate philosophy. Hey, you hate philosophy that comes from purely internal assumptions with no empirical backing. You got stun locked? You can't? You can't? Or ignoring empirical evidence? Does philosophy have anything to do with empirical evidence? Isn't empirical evidence a form of philosophy? Isn't the scientific method a philosophy? I think therefore I am, therefore the universe is not deterministic instead of looking at quantum mechanics. I just don't see how one is like all that much better than the other. They're both forms of philosophy. Hypothesis comes first. Gonna get a scientific method lecture now. I don't know. I think they have their own place. You would have said the scientific method was a technique rather than a philosophy? That's fair. I'm here for that. I'm here for that. Science and math still have their own assumptions that come with their own flaws. I do think it's a little weird to say that certain assumptions are better than other assumptions. Logic can only go so far. Exactly. I also like intuitive. So here's the question. Intuitively, I believe that certain assumptions are better than other assumptions. So now the question is, why do I think that? And can I come up with a valid reason for why that is? There's a difference between that and making a basic internal assumption than building everything off of just internal deductions. That's what logic is, Ryan. That's exactly what logic is. Whereas tunes, they're just very quiet. Let me actually replay that song because it's so good. You are way more likely to end up with bullshit as an output. But how do you measure bullshit? Testing determinism by trying to formally prove or disprove hidden variables? How do you determine what is bullshit and what is not? How do you determine what is fundamentally true? I think you run into the exact issue of why philosophy has been so profoundly interesting. If I can't see it, it doesn't exist. You don't care about what is fundamentally true? I guess. Fair enough. But then why do you care about which assumption people use? Why do you care about which basic internal assumption people use? You care about belief being accurate, to a useful tool to predict and represent external reality. If there is a simpler explanation, then it's more likely to be true. Occam's razor is mid. I think we've encountered why humanity has found philosophy to be such a enthralling field. I think these are probably important questions to ask. I think it's important to question why reasonable assumptions come to conflict. Oh my god, taking heavy fire. And then we have that. These are pretty important questions to be having. I'm not a philosopher, so I don't really have any decent answers. I think it's important to have questions about ethical philosophy and things like that that may not be answered with psychology and analytics. If you're alive, you're a philosopher. Some may say. Rewrite philosophy in Rust? If you base your philosophy in psychology, you're gonna end up with some pretty backwards beliefs. You also don't believe in objective morality? So you're a consequentialist? Like, I don't know. I think these are pretty interesting questions to be asking. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just a little rust dev on the internet, okay? I'm just a little rust dev on the internet. I don't know what I'm yapping about. So, but maybe if it's interesting, go take a gander. Go take a gander. Go take a little peek at the little depths of maybe some answers to these questions. Because I don't know them. You don't believe morality is a real concept? Is a concept that derives from psychology and sociology? That's fair. So you're a nihilist. In China, they eat dogs. We're just yapping. We're just yapping now. I wish I was a professor in this. I wish I was a professor and knew a little bit more about philosophy to be like, maybe you should read about this, but I don't fucking know. Just a nerd. I'm just a nerd. I took one class. I took one class on philosophy and I was like, damn, this is actually way more interesting than I thought. But I had a great teacher. So logic and reasoning does not equal intelligence. Well, we got some intelligentsia. We got some intelligentsia around these parts. Around these here parts. Is it that obvious that I'm procrastinating? Because now we have a working model and I don't find this interesting anymore. I guess we can try making this a multi-producer, multi-consumer. We can try making this a multi-producer, multi-consumer. I don't know how to make this fast. I kind of know how to make this fast. You need to make this fast, to make a multi-producer, multi-consumer, you need to figure out how to wake your consumers in like the correct way and in a fast way. So really what you want this to be is a vec DQ. You want an atomic vec DQ. I don't know if this is a thing that has been made yet. I'm certain someone made a decent one. It may not even be possible. Because you need it in queue and DQ tasks in an atomic way, which I don't think is possible. The question is, does it even matter? Maybe you can just lock and it'll be fast enough. But I do not know. I do not know. I think the way that Tokyo does this, and the reason why Tokyo becomes such a mess, is they use an atomic semi-lock. I don't know if that's actually what it's called, but that's what I'm gonna call it. They have a lock. I think they call it like lock state or something. That is an atomic U size. Or atomic U32, I don't remember. Or an atomic U8, I don't know, it doesn't even matter. And they say stuff like this. They say like, if lock state is 0, then no one is writing. If lock state is one, someone is writing. If lock state is two, it's like resetting or something. Basically, they set up a bunch of these lock states that you can sort of use as like a spin lock. And you just assume that these happen so quickly, these operations happen so quickly that you're spinning for like one or two operations at most. And I think that's it. Like, I think that's all that Tokyo really does. And if we look at their implementation of semaphores, if we look over at their sync semaphore. All right, mostly stretch. Maxi, you're boring. Maxi, you're boring. Go stretch. All right. Fine. Trying to teach over here. Use a lock-free DQ loser. That's what it is. That's what I'm trying to do. You're not boring, Omega lol. Honestly, I looked hunched. Honestly, that's worse. Lock-free producer consumer Omega lol. If you have to lock, you've lost. Unironically, that's what I think. When do we get the mostly calisthenics redeem? I'm always doing calisthenics, all right? What do you want? What do you want from me? Just do a Michael and Scott Q as a DQ? Michael! I don't know that reference. How the fuck do you do this? That's not a reference? That's an actual thing? If you make me Google this, I'm gonna be so sad. Non-blocking and blocking. Michael and Scott is a lock-free Q algorithm. This is exactly what I'm yapping about. This is word for word what I'm yapping about, and I didn't even know it was a thing. Not even joking. Because this is exactly what's used in Tokyo. That's why I know this. I know my code. I know my code. I'm one with the code. This is what they use. Somewhere or other. It uses atomics? Yeah. But you're just a manager? Look, you're reading papers. I'm reading code. I mean, this is wow, we invented a spin lock looking ass. The presented algorithms are safe because they satisfy the following properties. The linked list is always connected. Nodes are only inserted after the last node in the linked list. Nodes are only deleted from the beginning of the linked list. Yap, 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 yap. Yap, 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 yap. Yap, 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 yap. What's the algorithm? Give me the algorithm. Compare and swap. Tail pointer next, node count next, node count plus 1. Try to link node at the end of the linked list. It uses atomics which lock uses? What? What are you yapping about? Uses comparison swaps. Ba, 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 ba. Try to swing tail to the next node. Try to link node at the end of the linked list. If tail is not pointing to the last node, try to swing tail to the next node. And then loop. Someone did this, right? Someone already did this. Someone did this in a better way than I ever could have. Ba-ba-bum. Is this fine? Let me just look at crates.io. Queue. FIFO queue, Redis work queue, bucket queue, sharded queue, multi queue, priority queue, multi queue 2. Maybe vec DQ is atomic in Rust? I don't think it is. There's no shot, right? That would be crazy. There's auto MQ. I guess this breaks when you have to resize the queue. It breaks when you have to resize the queue. That's probably why Rust doesn't want to do it, because their vec DQs tries to keep things contiguous. But we're not going to worry about that. We're not worry about silly things like that. DQ? Lock free? Pass? Is AutoMQ a library? I don't think you're yapping about the right thing. Someone did this. Someone already did this. I know it's implemented in Flume. I know Flume does this internally. I'm sure somebody did this. I don't want to rewrite this. Actually, just re-implement it. Just re-implement it. No, I don't wanna. I don't wanna. We got a 2-lock queue with 24,000 old time. Having a queue in your queue is so funny. Just rewrite it, Maxi. Just rewrite it. Just don't be lazy. Rewrite it. Crossbeam has it. I assume they all have it. I should just re-implement it. Good way to learn and all that. Each instance of sender can only be used in a single thread, but it can be cloned to create a new sender instance for the same underlying channel, and these new instances can be sent to other threads. Capacity len is open. I see a mutex, it's lying. It's lying, there's a mutex. All right, how does push look? Self.inner.push. What is inner? Inner. Push. Acquire the right lock. That's so funny. It's literally not right. It's not based on the Michael Scott 2. Oh, it's the wrong Michael Scott. It's the wrong Michael Scott algorithm. Hmm. Click on my link, you harlot. Crossbeam DQ. Other link? What's wrong with this one? Front index, back index, underlying buffer. Implementation based on chase and left dynamics, circular work stealing DQ. This one smells funny. Other link is from Michael Scott Q specifically. Internal queue data shared between workers and stealers, with a front index and a back index with a cache padded atomic buffer. Whoa. What's the difference in a lock-free queue and a vec DQ? It depends on the implementation of a vec DQ, but a vec DQ is normally not made for multi-threaded. It's not atomic, so you can have two conflicting operations. You could have two different threads try to queue something at the same time, and it'll break. Rust won't let you do stuff like that, so you have to wrap it in a mutex or a read-write lock. A queue within a queue. Can I say it again? Yeah, a normal vec DQ, like the one in the standard Rust crate, is not atomic. So if you have two things, you have two separate threads that try to write to it at the same time, there's no guarantee that they won't conflict. Like they might try to queue, like one of them tries to queue the number 2, one of them tries to queue the number 3. Only one of these operations will succeed. Because it's not atomic, the memory ordering is not guaranteed. So in order to fix that, you would have to wrap it in something like a read-write lock or a mutex, so that only one of them can do it at a time. But in general, that's quote unquote slow. So I'm curious to see if there's a cool, nice, and fun way to make this without using locks and make it atomic. I have a really fast way to do it. I have a really fast way to do this. Watch this. Who needs a queue? We're overthinking it. We don't need these crazy data structures. What we need is just to limit how many wakers we can have. We just need to limit the amount of wakers and break if there's too many wakers. We just make a slice of wakers, of atomic wakers, with a max size of 64. Call it 256. I don't know. It doesn't matter. 255. U8 max as U size. And then we have weighting as an atomic U8. And now, what is it not happy about? Now we need to initialize a shit ton of wakers. Crazy data structures are better. This is faster. This is faster. I promise you. I promise you. It's actually going to be faster. But it's worse, but it's not. Is this legal? This is not legal, is it? Um, uh, create an inline const block. You can do this? There's no way this is legal. Oh my god, it's legal? And now we need a weighting, which is an atomic U8. With 0. And now what we do is when we receive and we want to register, we do self.weighting.fetch add. And then we register that waker. Fine. Fine. Now it breaks with too many wakers. It breaks always with too many wakers. It just matters where you draw the line. What? The type futures task atomic waker? Futures, what? Whoa. We could have achieved greatness where it takes a stupid number. It could still take a stupid number. I'm telling you, keep it simple, stupid. Occam's razor and all that. We register that waker. Occam's razor is mid, but it is fast. So we have a list of wakers up to 255 wakers. We register atomically because we're doing a fetch add here. And we need to make sure we wake everything. This is gonna be a works most of the time. This is a certified maxi moment if I've ever seen one. This is a certified maxi moment of it's gonna work a solid most of the time. Works most of the time. Yeah, it's gonna wake almost all of the tasks. It's gonna wake almost all of the tasks, okay? How do we do this? Self dot waiting dot mostly works. That's what they That's what I'm here for, okay? I'm here for programs that work faster than anything on the market. And what I will say is to this day, Franz is still also untested, unbenchmarked, but trust me, bro, Franz is still the fastest persistent message queue on the market. It just works most of the time, okay? That's what I'm here for. I'm not here to be always works. I'm here to be mostly works. Those events probably weren't important anyways. Exactly. Who cares? Just we'll come back to them anyways. Fast but unsafe at any speed. You gotta trust the statistics sometimes. If we have a weak, we'll do a weak and a strong. Oh, it's just gonna be so silly. Oh, it's just gonna be so silly. I'm doing crazy shit. I'm doing crazy shit. But it's gonna be fast. So here's how it's gonna work. We might not even, it might even work all the time. Hold on. I'm not done. It might even work all the time. We're gonna load the waiting week. The week waiters. The week waiting. And the week waiters. Does this even matter? What race condition am I trying to fix here? Let me write it first and then think of the race condition, okay? I'm feeling a race condition, but I don't know if it actually exists, okay? Franz doesn't work half the time. Franz works all the time. Franz works all the time. It just breaks at it's not even like a break. It's not a bug. It's just a very unfortunate feature, okay? Franz works all the time. It just has a very unfortunate feature, okay? You can plan around it. I'm just not going to fix the unfortunate feature. It works all of the time, okay? It drops messages at a very expected point. It just, it's just unfortunate that it drops messages, but it's not a bug. It's not a bug. It's part of the implementation. Not a secret. What is an unsync load? Load the value without any synchronization. Ooh. Fun. Hmm. I know it will drop 40% of the time. It's not 40% of the time. It's not. Well, it depends what you're using it for. It could be 100% of the time. Self.wakers.map dot For each dot iter dot for each no. For us, it would be like 4,000 events per second. Can it handle 4,000 events per second? It can handle about 5 to 10 million events per second per thread. Zero dot dot without dropping? Yes, without dropping. It drops, okay, it drops messages at very precise points, okay? And I need my mouse for this one. I've explained this before, okay? And it's vaguely on my YouTube. It's not really on my YouTube, but if you watch my YouTube video on the implementation, it might make more. The issue happens when you have a receiver that's waiting for a message and no new messages are coming in. If we have a receiver that's waiting and no new messages are coming in, we preemptively assume that we've read this message. We've read the message that's coming in. Because if you don't stop the program, if the program never stops, this is a reasonable assumption. In an infinite amount of time, you've already read this message. I sound insane. This doesn't feel like a feature maxi. This is why it's so fast. You preemptively assume that this message is read. Because if the program never stops, eventually a message will come in, right? Like, you're just waiting on the next message. What the fuck is this, a super task? No, you're waiting on the next message. Eventually it'll come in, right? So if you get a message, bing, you're good. You get this message and you're happy. Boom, you're good. You're happy. Great. So the issue occurs if you're waiting for a message and then you shut down the queue. This message is now gone. So if you restart the queue, if you bring it back with a restart, you're gonna have a message disappear. Because you preemptively were waiting on it. So just never stop the queue, exactly. So this is all fine and dandy. And really you can catch this case. Really you can catch this case. The case that you can't catch, and the reason why I don't really want to fix it, because it's hard to catch, and I can still implement this. Is created the new MS Paint? Absolutely. The issue happens is if, let's say you have 100 receivers that are waiting. So now we preemptively assume that we've read 100 messages. So if we shut down the queue, we lose 100 messages. That's kind of the problem here. And this feels fixable though. It's sort of fixable. Aren't messages stored on disk? Yes, but we also track which messages are read on disk. And we preempt that we read messages. That's how we wait on them. This is fixable. This is 100% fixable. I just don't want to. Because for my use case, it doesn't really matter. Because basically, you need a cleanup. You need a really good cleanup operation. You need to do cleanup. And cleanup needs to shut down new reads and writes. We shut down new receivers and new senders. Then we need to wake the ones that are waiting. Then we need to roll back. This is a lot of operations and a lot of code that's very annoying. Is the verification of an actual receipt slow? Sort of yes. Sort of yes, very. It would like double the amount of operations I do. And like this is fine. Like doing this whole thing would be totally fine and it would keep the speed of the queue up. This is a lot of code. This is like going to be about as much code as the entire queue itself. So yeah, you can recover from disk. You can shut down the queue and do all these operations to figure out how far back to roll back. This gets really fucking hard because all of a sudden, like you need to check like this is like for every, because we also have a ton of consumer groups. We have a ton of groups. And so this needs to happen for every consumer group. Because they're all tracked separately. It's a skill. It's not a skill issue. I just who the fuck is using this queue except for me? I'm not gonna implement it. You had an idea the other day. You could set the background of critter to green and color key it so you can draw in an overlay on the camera. That's a pretty good idea. Look, it's a laziness issue. It's not a skill issue. Who needs this? Who needs this? No one's paying me to write this code. I'm gonna rewrite this as async anyways, and all these issues get fixed, right? I got followed by I'm too lazy 0. It's so over. It's so over for me. I got followed by I am too lazy 0. You'll use it? You shouldn't. When you convince your data daddy to implement Franz, that's crazy. I don't know if you were hanging around in the Discord, Ryan, but someone added me in the Discord and said, "Hey, here's this cool like implementation of a message queue in Rust." And I looked at it and it was just Franz but better. Like it's so over. It's so over. It exists. Franz exists. I was beaten by like a few months. Here's what I will say. It took a team of 28 people writing code for a year. I'm a Twitch streamer. I almost did that shit. Come on. Do better. Do better. Never expected to contribute to context. I have nothing but good timing in my chatters. I'm a Twitch streamer. My main source of income right now. Come work for your SRE team? Only if it's part-time and only if I can stream and shit talk the team. Someone tell me to stop yelling. I keep losing my voice. I have equal value to half of them. Exactly. I'm 14 people. I'm literally 14 people. Stop yelling. Thank you. Yawn. Okay. Is this a race condition? I know this is a lock, but I also know how to not make it a lock. This is the part I I don't know how to not make lock. So this is what we're testing. So don't yell at me about this lock, okay? I know this is a lock, it doesn't matter. Is this a race condition? The race condition happens when oh my god, I can't talk. I'm losing my voice. Okay. ASMR stream. What is a lock anyways, and why do I hate it? It's just kind of my thing. It's just kind of my thing, yeah, because it's slow. It's not even slow, it's just my thing. It takes like 2 microseconds longer than not using a lock. I find it to be intellectually challenging. Where's the race condition? The race condition is when we load this value, and as we're waking all of the wakers, someone adds itself to its queue. I see. This is a race condition. This needs to be... This needs to be a fetch min. That actually fixes our race condition. That actually fetches... This fixes our race condition. We fetch min, which means we get the previous value and we automatically set it to 0. And so even if we register a new waker, it's not conflicting. I swear this works. I swear this works. This is legit. This is legit. Hi, Cherie? You make art? Hello? You're rating during an ad break? I'm so sorry. If you are here and not watching an ad, please tell me what you were up to. Hi. Welcome everyone. So sorry about the ads. It's some very poor timing. I am a measly little Rust dev who's trying to learn Async Rust for the 10th time ever. And I'm hoping not to give up this time. We're making a lot more progress than I normally do. Hit with ad. Yeah, I figured. Can someone tell them that I'm aware? Silence. That's all right. We'll wait it out. All right. Rip will wait. He's saying something to you. That's all right. We'll wait around. We'll wait around. I can yap about message queues for a little longer. I think we fixed our race condition. I think we fixed our race condition here. 2 minutes left. That's okay. I'll yap about something else. It's what I do. There is sort of still an issue here, but I'll talk about it later. I think this works. I think we should try. What socks do I have? I'm not wearing socks. I'm playing fast and loose. Playing fast and loose with the Twitch TOS. Got the slippers. Oh. God, I really do have to stop yelling. I've been losing my voice left and right. Hold on, they'll come back from the ads. They'll come back from the ads. They'll never expect it. They'll never expect it. We need to prepare a whole scene. We need to prepare a whole scene. All right. Get the bits ready. I don't know what we're doing here. We got to prepare a whole scene. All right, we got 20 seconds. This is what I'm doing now. I don't care. All right. 10 seconds. I'm locked in. I have one shoe and one Crocs. So what we need to do, fix the message queue, is compare the wine to the shoe, and it'll do. Oh hey, welcome. Thanks for the raid. It was a little poorly timed. It was a little poorly timed with the ads. Very sorry about that. What were you working on? You said you do some art. Am I gonna drink this shit? Absolutely not. Sorry, I was just trying to do a bit. Trying to surprise you from the ads. Not everyone gets ads. If I can do a bit for one person, I'm gonna fucking do it. Yes, thank you for the raid. Please shout yourself out. I'm not sure I've seen you around. Pretty rarely on streaming, mostly code. That is what they call me. We don't have a shout out command, Max Wattage. I'm so sorry. You gotta do the manual one. But yes, welcome everyone. Please do go grab some water, touch grass, whatever you need to do. Streaming is exhausting, and watching a stream even more so. I am but a measly Rust dev. I do Rust things on stream, and honestly, that's about it. I do some speedruns on Thursday, but it's Rust, day in, day out, and I don't do it for a bit. I'm just kind of addicted. Shout out? I'll do the shout out. Boop, boop. Apparently, I don't know how. May do Rust in Advent of Code. I tried to do Advent of Code for last year in Rust, and it didn't go well. But yes, thank you very much for the raid. We will now go back to our little cave of figuring out how the fuck Async Rust works. We pull our box and we pin our box to the pull pin pull. Are you a game dev? Cherie, are you a game dev? Oh, you're gonna go run and eat? That's fine. That's fine. I'm just trying to get the vibes of the category here. Not games typically. Oh, okay. Very cool. Go run along then. That means I respect you. I'm kidding. I love the game devs. I just don't know what they're doing ever, and it makes me feel sad because I don't know anything about game dev. Completely random code things? Fair enough. Me too. I work on many different things. They may all happen to be queues, but they are different queues. All right, I think I'm ready to test this. And I think it's actually going to work. And the way that we're going to know that it works is by No, I'm not done. I need to fix the receive function because the receive function is still single consumer. Because there is a race condition here with this, I believe. Waiting fetch add register. This is fine. This is not fine. The RX count is not fine. Hmm. Compare swap? I kind of want to do the same exact thing that I did for Franz, which is starting this with a fetch add, which solves our race condition, but it's going to have the same issue of us dropping messages, which is the sole thing I'm trying to fix. Hmm. Compare swap. This is so much harder to do in async. Oh my god. I guess you could do I guess you could do a fetch add here. And before you return pending, you do self.rxCount dot fetch add 0 or subtract 1. Does this work? Okay, if we have two threads that come in and they both load the total count and they both do a fetch add. Let's say the fetch add, let's say the total count is 0. We haven't written any messages. And we have a RX count of 2 now because two threads came in at the same time. They both did a fetch add. The RX count is greater than the total count. So we register both of them to wake. What does waker do? If we return poll ready while some other thread calls wake, what happens? Does it call it twice? We'll figure it out. Okay, both threads register to be waked. And then let's say does this work? Am I crazy? And then let's say it's greater than total count because 2 is still greater than 0. We subtract 1 and we return. I think this works. I think this might not be super efficient, but it should work in the long run. This is such a fucking certified maxi moment of I think statistically this works. I think this isn't guaranteed to work on the first try. Should we only wake when it's pending? That I think so. I don't know what happens. Because there is technically a race condition here of we could register to be waked at the same time that a new message comes in. That's why we check again. That's why we do this check again. And then we can break and do the rest of this stuff. But if it calls wake, I don't know if it like goes back to the beginning. I don't really know how waking works. I'm kind of just guessing. I'm kind of just flubbing here. I think this works. I'm gonna give it a solid I think this works. Fuck it, let's try. Let's do let tx equal an arc tx. Let rx equal an arc rx. And let's spawn a shit ton of threads. Let's spawn a shit ton of threads and see if they receive all the messages. I'm thinking of like, okay, so if we spawn all the receiving threads and then send a bunch of new messages, it's going to work. I'm almost certain of that. The question that I have is, if we're simultaneously reading and writing, are we guaranteed to receive all of the messages? Because I have a feeling we might not. All right, whatever. No better way to find out than to try. For blank in num threads, we'll do like 4 threads for now. We spawn a thread. We print, I don't know, let's print the thread value. And the value we receive. So this is going to be thread I with value v. And then we send 4 messages. Yeah, maybe. We're going to do a little sleep for a second here because I don't want to join these threads. 1 second should be plenty. So we should see 4 times we receive the letter A. Yeah, whatever. Let's just try. Let's just try. Okay, cannot access loom execution state. It was probably an accidental import of some loom shit. Yep, it was the atomic U8. We want the standard one. Try that again. We got the letter A 4 times. Perfect. Now let's try like sending 1,000 messages all at random times. Mm-hmm. How do we want to do this? Let's do a loop where we just do this. We just keep receiving new messages in 4 different threads. And let's send like, I don't know, 40 messages? Was that 40 messages? Maybe I should have checked. Word count? Just get the word count. 0? That was 0. Because it's printing to standard error. Try again. Why again? Not again. Come on. Stop giving me this. You ate. Typos everywhere. Ah, I borked it. I borked it. Okay. Should get 40. We got 40. How do we break this? When does this break? This breaks if we start registering and receiving messages at weird times. God, this is so hard to debug. This is so hard to debug. Especially because we have locks in random places. Okay, here's what I'm going to say. Here's what I'm going to say. We have a working prototype. We have a working prototype, and I think I understand how I want this to look now. And honestly, the debugging and making this actually lock-free, it's just going to take me a lot of time and staring at a computer screen that I'm probably not going to do live. And I've been live for 3.5 hours. So I'm calling it quits. I'm calling it quits, and I'm saying we did it. I'm saying we did it. We have officially learned, it took 4 attempts, but we've learned how to make a multi-producer single consumer. That was almost multi-consumer queue. And the suffering? I'm not suffering, I'm learning. Honestly, that was pretty painless. That was pretty painless. I'm kind of happy. Except for the fact that I keep losing my voice. Our suffering? Our suffering? Yawn. Who should we raid? Someone give me a raid target. Stayed unmedicated gaming? Stayed doing unmedicated gaming? I'm so here for that. I've rarely seen a stayed gaming stream, so I'm gonna go ahead and make that our raid target. Rosegen is live? Rosegen. Rosegen. A max wattage rec? Okay, let me do one quick glance through the software and game dev category. I kind of want to do stayed. I'm feeling the stayed. They're gaming right now, but normally they do programming. All right, we'll check them out another time. We'll check them out. I'll drop them a follow. But we're gonna do a certified stayed moment. Yeah. Alrighty. What do I got? What do I got? What do I got? I'm taking a 2-day break. It's a Sunday. I'm taking a 2-day break. Monday, Tuesday off. And I'm taking Friday, Saturday off next week because I'm focusing on the YouTube. I am actually editing. I am actually doing the work that I said I'd be doing. So hopefully that all goes well. Other than that, I think everything's going to be on schedule. Wednesday, waffles. Thursday, speed runs. And just Sunday, I guess. Wow. Short week, short week. Yep, that's all I got. Other than that, I hope you all have a lovely, lovely, lovely Sunday. Bye bye.